Have you ever seen two children standing side by side? One surrounded by toys, luxury, and comfort, and the other with almost nothing, yet somehow smiling brighter. What if I told you that one day, these two worlds collided, and everything changed? Forever. In a peaceful countryside village, where children laughed freely, and life moved slowly, there lived a kind woman named Sarah and her daughter Leela, who didn't have much money, but had something far more valuable: warmth, kindness, and a heart full of love. Their small home was simple, their meals were basic, but their happiness was real. One day, the quiet village was shaken by a grand arrival. Carriages lined up one after another, filled with furniture, expensive items, shining toys. And from them stepped a rich and elegant lady, Mrs. Veronica, along with her two children, Edward and Clara, dressed in fine clothes, surrounded by luxury. But something about them felt distant. The village children watched in amazement, whispering with excitement. But Lila simply smiled and said, "Let's not judge them, they just need friends." But inside the grand mansion, things were different. Mrs. Veronica believed her children were above everyone else. She warned them strictly, "Stay away from those village children. They are not like us." And just like that, an invisible wall was built, not of bricks, but of pride. Days passed. Edward and Clara had everything: toys, food, comfort, but something was missing: laughter. Real laughter. Meanwhile, outside, Leela and her friends played simple games, running, laughing, falling, getting back up. Their joy needed no expensive toys. One sunny day, both worlds unknowingly crossed paths near a beautiful lake. Edward and Clara had come for a picnic, with baskets full of delicious food. While nearby, Lila and her friends were playing freely. At first, there was hesitation, silence, curiosity. Then suddenly, Edward tried to climb a tree, slipped, and fell hard. Pain shot through his leg. Fear filled his eyes. And in that moment, something powerful happened. Without thinking about status, without fear, Lila ran toward him. She tore a piece of her own clothes and gently wrapped his injured foot, calming him, helping him, caring for him. No judgment, no hesitation, just kindness. For the first time, Edward saw something he had never experienced before: real friendship. They shared food, laughed together, forgot the difference between rich and poor. Back at home, the old mindset returned. Mrs. Veronica was shocked. He played with Shem. Her voice carried anger, but her children's hearts had already changed, because they had seen the truth. Kindness doesn't come from wealth, and happiness doesn't live in big houses. Then came the turning point, a sudden storm. Dark clouds covered the sky. Winds roared, trees shook violently. Edward and Clara were outside, scared, helpless, and once again, it was Lila. She risked herself, pulled them to safety. That night, something broke. Not a tree, not a house, but pride. When Mrs. Veronica saw her children safe, thanks to the very kids she once rejected, her eyes filled with realization. For the first time, she understood some things in life cannot be bought: friendship, kindness, courage. And slowly, she changed. Not completely at once, but enough to open her heart. She invited the children, not as guests, but as equals. And laughter finally filled the big house. Not because of expensive toys, but because of something far more powerful: togetherness. From that day on, there were no rich kids, no poor kids, only friends, playing, laughing, growing, and learning the most important lesson of all: that the richest people in the world are not the ones who have the most, but the ones who share the most. What matters more to you, money or true friendship, and why?